Chris, think of a number between, we're gonna use half a deck. So how about a number between like 1 and 20? Think of it, okay? But not 11. Okay, don't think of 11 or 9. Don't think of 18 or 7 or 2 or 1 through 10. No, I'm kidding. Wipe it. 1 to 20, think of a number now. Got one in your head, okay. We're gonna use about half the cards here. Lift off, you're gonna lift off about half the deck, approximately half the deck. Do you want to use the cards in my hand or the cards in your hand? Those, I mean, it's not some sort of tricky equivoque. We're gonna get rid of these. They're not involved. Okay, here we go. You have a number in your head between 1 and 20, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna spread them out. I want you to touch one of the cards. We're not gonna alter the order of the cards at all. Just touch one, which that one right there. I'm gonna show you guys the card. Okay? Keep the card in mind. I'm gonna square up the cards and give the cards a little bit of a mix up here. Okay. You've had a number from the very beginning, a 2-digit number, well, I don't know actually, between 1 and 20 in mind. I'm gonna see how many cards we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 cards in all. For the very first time, I'm not gonna do this very, very fairly. Name the number you've had in mind the whole time.
14.
14. I'm gonna do this very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What was the card that you selected, please? First time.
6 of diamonds.
I hope wherever you are, you got a coffee or a Coke or a bag of chips or something, because we're drilling in. We're gonna do a whole bunch of cool things on this video. First, I'm gonna show you that. That's sort of a selected card at any number kind of technique. Very simple to do. Uses the Biddle steel off the bottom, which I first learned the Biddle steel. First person I ever saw it was Brother John Hammond, a brilliant card magician. So we're gonna look at the Biddle steel. I'm gonna show you the technique of what I just did so people can name literally any number between 1 and 52, or to be safe, more like, you know, between 1 or 2 and like 51, whatever. But any number they want, the selected card always appears right there. So that's very cool. I'm also gonna share with you a trick. That was my bread and butter trick for many years, just a crazy strong trick involving the Biddle steel. It's a classic card trick, hits people so hard, happens in their hands. Okay, and the first person I saw to do that was, again, Brother John Hammond. So I'm gonna teach that on this video. What else? We're gonna talk about, again, I'm gonna share the magic tip of the week on the video, guaranteed to help you become a stronger magician. Okay, I'm gonna share that. We're also gonna do the question of the day. Let's just jump in. What is the question of this week? The question is, if you could do magic with any object or item in the universe, anything, doing magic, a cool magic trick with any object, any item, what would it be? Leave that comment down below. I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna leave the comment. Because there's a bunch you know who subscribe to my channel. Every week I give away magic prizes. I love magic, it's fun. It's fun to know organic stuff, but gimmicks are fun too. And at my merchandise site, which is SankeyMagic.com, I got over 70 now, over 70, most of them exclusive. People don't know this. A lot of the stuff on my website, you can only get at my website. So for your chance to win one of the 12 Surreal Magic DVDs, make sure, leave a comment down below and answer that crazy question. If you could do magic with anything in the universe, what would it be? And finally, on this video, a little later in the video, maybe only 10 seconds later, who knows? A little later in the video, I'm gonna reveal the names of the 12 winners of last week's contest. Last week's contest was for Extremely Ambitious. This is a DVD project of mine, probably one of my best-selling projects, because it involves one of the world's most popular card tricks, the Ambitious card. And on this project, I share a whole bunch of stuff for the first time, special handling, special climaxes, all this stuff. I think really it takes that whole thing to a very special place. So I'm going to announce the winners of all 12 very soon. The Biddle grip can be used to do a bunch of different things. And I'm going to show you how you can use it to secretly add cards as well as secretly steal cards off. All right. Now the Biddle grip essentially is this grip. Okay. Got my fingers at the front of the deck, my thumb at the back, and my first finger curled, all right? And where all the action happens, folks, is not at the front, is not at the side, it's at the back of the deck, folks. It's at the back, and in this case, I'm gonna start off by showing you how to secretly add a card to a packet of cards with a little break with the thumb. Okay, this is exaggerated. So the thumb is holding a break between the top, all the cards, and the very bottom card. And when you do it, and the fingers on the top, when you do it the 100% correct way, what you'll find, because I'm pushing down with the finger and pulling up with these fingers, is there's no gap here, there's no gap here, and that the gap at the back only widens as it nears the thumb. This is an important little detail, widens near the, so because you really don't want the gap showing here if somebody's on your left-hand side, all right? So the Biddle grip is holding the deck from above, and there's a bunch of different things you can do with it, but for now we're going to focus on having a break between the bottom card and the rest of the cards. All right, so let's first look on this trick I did for Criss, this card at any number kind of presentation. There's a whole bunch of techniques you can use out there. This to me is one of the easiest and convincing ways to do it. It's so simple, the technique here. First, what I do is I have the spectator cut off about half the cards. And I say, well, actually, sorry. The first thing I do is I say, I want you to think of a number between, oh, let's use about half the deck. So between 1 and 20, let's say, think of any number now. You got one? Okay, change your mind. You got another one? Okay. Now notice there's lots of ways you can get there. You can have someone take a bill out of their pocket and think of any, think of the 2 digits there as long as they're between 1 and 20, you know, a 1 and an 8, or it could be a 1 and a 5, or just a 0 and a 9 for number 9, whatever. Lots of different ways, maybe 2 digits from someone's phone number. Now, you can do this trick with the entire pack, but let me first teach it to you with just half a deck. Boom. And I always make sure which half you want to use, and let's say they use this half. I say, great. You can have them shuffle the cards, which is always a nice way to start, okay? Now, you need them to pick a card. They could peek at the card. They could pick the card. Whatever works. They can call stop, as long as you know how to control the card to the bottom of the deck. That's where you need their selection. The way I did it with Criss, very simply, had him take a card or touch a card. I showed the card to the camera, in this case the Ace of Clubs, and then as I gathered the cards up together, what I did is secretly culled the card, controlled the card, to the bottom of the deck. And the way I did that is, let's say the card is the Jack of Spades, is there's their card, and the technique I like to use, and a whole bunch of techniques out there, is the first thing I do with my left thumb is I pull the card, not their card, but the card above it, to the left. And in pulling it to the left, it basically provides a visual screen or cover for what I'm going to do with their selected card, which is below the screen card. Okay? And what I'm going to do with their card is, while my left thumb is holding the card above theirs to the left, my right fingers are going to curl in and drag their card until it clears, and then I'm going to push it to the bottom like that. Now that might seem like a rather large action, but if someone actually takes the card out of the deck, say the 4 of Spades, they take it out. When they put the card back, it can be very easy just to hide that action. Look how smooth it can look. And I'm not great at this. I know I'm not. I've seen lots of card guys much better at culling than I am. But the 10 of Spades is put back into the pack, secretly on the bottom of the deck. And all I'm doing again is they put their card back, I'm slipping their card essentially to my right, okay, and then sliding it to the left. This is another thing that's great for mirror practice, okay? So, Criss has selected the 10 of clubs. We put it back in the pack. I control it to the bottom of the deck. I square up the cards. And as I square up the cards and ask him, do you have your number in mind? For the first time, name your card out loud. While I'm doing that, all I do is I pull up with my right thumb, I pull up the back of the deck, just enough to get a little break between his card, no flashing here, between his card and the rest of the deck. Now I'm in Biddle grip, right? Fingers at the front, curled finger on top, thumb at the back. Let's say he says number's 12, and I go, and what I want to be able to do is count down 12 cards and show him his card, right? Just turn it over, be very fair. And you can with this, because I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on 11, and I do it very slowly. And as I come over to drag off the last card, I leave this card secretly right there. I'm going to leave it on top of that packet, but I'm going to do it under cover of sliding this last one off. Okay? But it looks so fair. And now when he names his card, selected card, I just have to do a double lift, and there's this card. Now, little tip on this, if you're double lift, if you don't want to do a strike double, okay, where you're able to get the double lift every time, and certainly I, like everybody else, I miss my double sometimes. What you can do is when you're doing that last card drag off, rather than just leaving the card flush on here, leave the card and keep a pinky break, which means if his selection's on the bottom, as I come over, I'm going to leave the selection and I'm going to make sure my pinky keeps a little break below the card. So basically I'm transferring the break from my thumb to my pinky, okay? As I slide off the 12th card or whatever he named. Now with my pinky break, I have an absolutely clean, guaranteed double lift every time. I won't keep you in suspense any longer. The 12 winners of my extremely ambitious project are right there. See? There they are. There. Let me read them. It'll be easier, right? Jay's trying to help the fans. The 12 winners this week's contest are Derelict 313. Wow. Derelict. I don't know, when my team chose, they do this random draw thing, and the guy's name is Derelict. You want to give him something. And this, 313. The number 13 seems like bad luck on top of Derelict. But anyway, Derelict 313. Reminds me of that awesome movie. Where was it? I think it was the, not Mermaid, it's Merman, Daddy. What was that? What was that film? Where he does the fashion? Derelict. There's a whole lot. Zoolander, awesome, so fun. The gasoline scene, oh, you gotta see Zoolander. And that fashion line, Derelict. Oh, it's so fun. Anyway, Blue Steel, exactly. Derelict 313. Asher Buck. Asher Buck, you won. Naftali Friedman, you won. Ken Heffley, winner. Jody Robbins, winner. Dave Grigger, like Trigger, but Grigger. Alex Pepper, you won. Captain Illusion, oh my goodness. Sir, ma'am, the group of you guys won. Captain Illusion. Shelley Wong, Craig Douglas, Tim Wins Again. Oh, there's a nice little YouTube name. Tim Wins Again, well, you won again, buddy. And Shane Riley. Those are the 12 winners. As always, send your full name and your shipping address to contact@sankeymagic.com. Say, yo, I won, and we'll ship out your prize to you. Talk about your added value. I'm now going to show you how you can use the Biddle grip. In this case, not to secretly add on, but to secretly steal a card. And this is crazy. Again, I saw Brother John Hammond perform this live many years ago. And this is in a lot of professional magicians' repertoire, some version of this trick. Have a card selected, fine. Control it to the top of the deck, fine. It's up here, 9 of clubs. You say, look, I don't know where your card is. Wink, wink, wink. I don't know what your card is. Wink, okay? I have no idea where it is. But I'm going to try to narrow it down. I want 5 chances, okay? 5 chances. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chances. And just what I've done there is I've loaded their card into the middle of the 5-card spread. Okay, if theirs is the top card, I want 5 chances. 1, 2, I put 2 cards on top, 2 cards on bottom, 5-card chances, okay? Now, I turn these all 5 on top. I take half the cards off the bottom and put them in their hands. So they're holding on to half the deck. And I say, I think your card is one of these 5 cards. Now, don't tell me, but I think it is, and I show them very fairly. I think your card is either the 9 of spades, the 8 of spades, the 9 of clubs, the 10 of hearts, or the 3 of diamonds. And I put the rest of the cards down there like that. And I go, for the first time, tell me, is your card one of these cards? And they go, yes. And as an added convincer, I even slowly count out the 5 cards again to make sure they're convinced. I put this in somebody's hands and say, hold on tight. And let's say it's the person who selected the card, concentrate on your card. They concentrate on their card. I say, I want you to imagine it shrinking. It's getting a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Sir, I'm sure it's not surprising for you. Probably happens a lot. It's shrinking. Here we go. Smaller, smaller. It's gone. For the first time, name your card. So they name their card. And when people turn these cards over and they find that the 9 of clubs vanished from their own palms, people freak out. But then when you turn over here and either the cards are on the table or someone's holding the entire pack, and when they spread through the cards and they find that the 9 of clubs has reappeared over here, it is one of the most powerful card tricks you can do. And this is, again, just using the Biddle. Because what I did is this, my friends and foes, is I got the selected card at the top. I counted off 1, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, right? Like this. Did I do that right? I did do it right. And I turned them up and I got rid of half the pack, okay? And I say I've got the 5 cards. I think yours is one of them. Don't tell me. I think it is. And when I'm apparently counting these off, the 2, the 8, the 6, the 5, the ace, I've stolen their selection below this half pack. And this is Biddle again, and what I'm doing here is the reverse. I'm going to use my thumb and the tip of my finger as I drag and I drag. Their card's the third card. I want to keep this momentum, and I try not to go too quickly or too slowly. The 5, the ace, the 6, and as I take the 6 off, I keep a break under the corner with my pinky. Come back over with the 8, coming over, and I'm going to steal the 6 below the cards. As the 8 comes over and is dragged off, and then the 2. Then these cards are put on top, so if they're holding the half packet here in their hand, you drop this on top. If instead it's, say, on the table, you just drop those on top on the table, and the trick is done, right? Because you already stole out their card, leaving you with just 4 cards. Then I turn these over, and you don't have to do this, but I like to do a simple 4 for 5 count. And to do that, I take off 1, 2, 3, and as I come back to take this last one, I put it on top, and what I'm going to do is with the ball of my thumb, push all the cards above the bottom card off as a group, and then take the last one. Looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards. And when I do this kind of count, I often leave the last one slightly forward and then push it in. I find it really adds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Really adds. But there's only 4 cards. So you put those in their hands. So somebody's holding the deck, someone's over here, someone's thinking of a card. Boom, now I've only got 4 cards. They name their card out loud. Oh my God, that card's gone. His hands are empty. This guy is the son of God, whatever. Have somebody else or yourself fan through and they find the selected card. And it's just a crazy trick. And all again, thanks to the Biddle grip used in this case, not so much adding a card on, but as a steal. Now this is something that experienced magicians know, and performers, natural performers, know this instinctively. But this is something I want to draw attention to many of you who are newer to performing. Use your eyes. Use your eyes. In performance, there's an adage, where you look, the audience will look. And this is important to use in 2 ways. First, if you got a secret move going on, you don't want to be looking down. You don't want to be glancing down at any time, okay? Looking in your pocket, because where you look, they will look. But where this is really important is not just when it comes to keeping their attention away from certain things, but when you want to bring their attention to certain things. Misdirection is a funny term because often it sounds like you're trying to misdirect people, but really it should be called direction, because you'll find it's so much stronger and you won't trigger suspicion from people if you, as opposed to thinking about, oh, I got to get their attention away from this, if you just focus on getting people's attention towards this, towards that, not so much away. The psychology on that can create a guilty performance. So when to use your eyes? Do you use them all the time? Well, no, most of the time I think it's important to use your eyes and look at people, really look at people. Now I'll tell you right now, you can't really see people. This will sound like some hit the gong moment, but you can't really see people unless you let them see you. I have found that when you look at people and you just stare at them, they stare back at you. But when you look at people and give them a chance to when you're really there for them, and they will see you're present, they will see you're open in a way, and they open up too. This works, this is real. The intention of how you look at people. So most of the time in magic, I'm looking at people, I'm connecting at people, I'm looking at them. Connecting. I see you, I appreciate you, I'm glad you're here, looking. But then there are those moments where it's important to turn your gaze to your hand, to the cards, and where you look, they will look, okay? So important. It's a ballet of glances is what it is. So my tip this week is to remember to use your eyes. And hey, don't forget, leave a comment down below, please. Comment down below. Answer this week's question. If you could do magic with any item in the world, what would it be? Leave a comment down below. You are automatically entered for your chance to win one of 12 of my Surreal Magic DVDs. Lots of weird stuff on that project. Strange and troubling magic you can sort of do out in the world. It's your atypical kind of stuff. To watch the full preview, check it out at sankeymagic.com and leave a comment for your chance to win. if you are grooving this channel, the magic, the mentalism, the crazy stuff, the secrets, the presentational tips, please hit the subscribe button. And right beside the subscribe button, you'll find a bell. I usually have a drawing here, never mind. It's a little bell graphic. That's for notifications. If you could please also click on the notifications. You'll be sent a little, and on your phone, what'll happen if you're watching on a phone, is when you click the little bell for notifications, the bell graphic, you'll go into your phone and it'll ask you if you approve of notifications. You just slide it on. There's a bunch of reasons to do that. First, you'll help me. It'll help my Google standing on YouTube, so I'd really appreciate that. The other thing is I'm playing with the idea, call me crazy, thinking of maybe launching some videos soon that only keeping them up for 24 hours. I think if I put a video up, some cool slide or presentation, then it's really exclusive, right? I'm thinking of doing that. And if I do it, you're really gonna wanna have the notifications on for sure, because the last thing you wanna do is hear about this cool trick from your friends or something and realize you're already too late to watch this exclusive video. So that's another reason to do it. So notifications on, subscribe to the channel, and the rumors are true, I am on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing a whole bunch of cool things, some magic tips, some home videos. I'm gonna be doing a video soon of me kind of kissing a duck, and the duck is loving it. I promise that'll happen. You gotta have consent. Duck consent will be there. So follow me on Instagram at the real Jay Sankey, not the fake. The real Jay Sankey on Instagram. To learn a visually shocking illusion with a golf ball, click here. And to learn a very cool magic trick with a crossword puzzle, click here.